Hello, hello! What's up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I just got done watching a film that it was kind of just put on the TV, so I guess I sat there and watched it. I'm talking about 27 Dresses. 27 Dresses is a 2008 film that I kind of was avoiding. You know, I was aware of this movie. I remember when it came out. It was in the height of Katherine Heigl being as everywhere as she was after Knocked Up. But I remember thinking, I don't really, not interested, right? Just not ultimately right off the bat interested. And then I started to dislike Kathryn Hahn over the years more and more, and so I just sort of felt like, well, why bother watching more of her movies? So this didn't become on the radar, but it's directed by Anne Fletcher. Came out in 2008, if I didn't mention that. And Kathryn Hahn plays Jane. She is somebody who is always the bridesmaid, right? Always, or the maid of honor even. Like, she's always the one who arranges her friends' weddings and sets everything up. She has 27 dresses. It's the name for a reason. That's how many of these she's done. And she never thinks for herself. She never thinks that it's destined to happen for her. Why? I don't know. Anybody gonna believe that Katherine Heigl has trouble getting a man? Whatever, right? Hell, who knows? Maybe it's because she's a bitch. And she's crazy and no guy wants to stay with her. That could be possible, but the movie didn't say that. And so you see that her younger sister, Tess, played by Malin Ackerman, she starts to date Katherine Heigl's boss that Heigl is in love with, George, played by Edward Burns, and they get engaged. So it's yet another, not only another wedding, and not only is it her younger sister, but it's with a guy that she thinks she's in love with. And so, yes, that dilemma, that's going on. And you have James Marsden, who plays Kevin Doyle. He's a writer, and he's like a wedding person. He attends weddings and you know, writes about them. He starts to take a liking to Katherine Heigl and tries to date her, but that's another side obstacle, along with many others. I didn't hate this movie. I will say that. I fully expected to not enjoy this, to roll my eyes more than I actually ended up doing. But there is a certain level of charm, I guess, that goes along with some of the moments in this film. I still think Katherine Heigl, it's very hard to like her. It is. And this could completely be my hang-up. This could completely be something that only I have issues with. Write in the comments below, like, do you have the same issues, or do you actually really like her? And maybe it's just me, but I tried to sympathize with her. I tried to feel bad for her. It was more so on the front of her sister being a bitch and being selfish and lying to George about everything just to get George to fall in love with her. The sister wanting the mother's wedding dress, and she cuts it all up so that Katherine Heigl couldn't even wear it whenever she was ready to wear it for her wedding. Like, the sister does some messed up things, and she felt so bad saying no to the sister. So that relationship, I guess, is the most times that I felt for Heigl, if you want to call it feeling bad for her in any way. Some of the other actors, you have Judy Greer, who plays Katherine Heigl's best friend. She tells it like it is. I actually wish we got more of her, because Katherine Heigl was so like timid and didn't want to say anything, and Judy Greer was constantly like, no, say what you feel and tell your sister to F off, and I'll be there to do it for you, and all this stuff. Again, we could have used more of her. Malin Ackerman, you know, she did a good job. She's the hot sister that got everything she wanted and was a liar, manipulator. Edward Burns as George, I was surprised because it seemed like this movie was building towards Heigl being with him, right? It seemed like he was the guy that she was after, and that this was all going to be about Heigl getting her evil sister away from him. But I really like James Marsden. I do. There's something about James Marsden. Even if he's in a crappy movie, he's always the best part or the most likable part. And I like that he was there. Yeah, you find out that he was really writing a story about Katherine Heigl, and she didn't know about it. And the story's all about how she's never going to be the bride, and she's always the side one, and everything. And so obviously that was a major issue when it came up. But there's just something about James Marsden that I instantly I want to see him do well in whatever movie he's in or whatever character he's playing. He's very likable in that way. And so overall, yes. In some aspects, I was going to say it's predictable, but like I mentioned, as far as James Marsden and Katherine Heigl's relationship, I think there were some things in there that made me not necessarily sure where her character would end up and who she would be with. So I guess that's the only twist that kept me guessing, and maybe that's what made me slightly more interested than any other time. Again, I'm not overly praising the film, but I can't say it sucked either, so I'm in this in-between phase where it's not like I'm quick to ever want to rewatch it again, either. Yeah, it's okay. I'll just say 27 Dresses. It's an okay movie, and that's probably the best you'll get out of me. So guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of 27 Dresses. Do you like it? Do you love it? Am I just being too hard on Katherine Heigl? Is she one of your favorite actresses? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!